This kid is born as a fleshy ball. One kick sends a huge boulder flying, a few casual steps, and he levels an entire village. Suddenly, Neza drops from the sky, right onto a groundhog's food bowl, smashing it to bits. Neza's about to teach these monsters a lesson when the groundhog lets out a squeal. All its companions snap their heads up, glaring daggers. Their leader, dragging a meteor hammer, saunters over. Looks like it's gonna teach Neza a thing or two. Neza doesn't hesitate. He pops a pill, summoning his buddy Owlbeing to fight in his stead. Owlbeing slaps out a palm. From yards away, half a stone wall explodes. The groundhog leader freezes, clutching its hammer, stunned, silent. But leaders don't back down that easy. It forces a brave face, waves at its second in command. You go! The poor second gets shoved forward. Then, poof, the pill suddenly stops working. Owlbeing winks and grimaces, shifting back into Neza. By now, the second in command is charging in, hammer raised. Neza tries to dodge right. Owlbeing's instinct yanks him left. Clang! The pill bottle flies into a soup cauldron. Neza's face slams straight into the dirt. Neza stumbles up, grabs the bottle from the pot, and tries to chug it, only to find the pills have dissolved in the soup. Screw it. He hefts the cauldron and guzzles the whole thing down. Even a spineless loser like the second in command just beat the opponent to a pulp. The groundhog leader puffs up with newfound courage, snatches the meteor hammer, and marches forward, chest out. But boom, it gets launched flying a split second later. Lo and behold, Neza's shifted back to Owlbeing. The leader's confused, muttering, "Is this kid targeting me on purpose? Why is he suddenly so tough only when I step up?" Humiliated, the leader charges again for redemption. Owlbeing flips, grabs its snout, and spins it 360 degrees. Then he kicks out, yanks its cape, rolls the leader into a ball, and slams it back onto its throne with one hammer swing. Owlbeing sighs in relief, then his stomach gurgles. He hurls the soup back into the cauldron. That stuff's disgusting. He gags, shifting back to Neza. The second in command spots his chance, leaps in with a kick. Neza goes flying like a rubber ball. Before Neza can steady himself, fists start flying at his face. He's weak as a rag now, taking a beating from head to toe. The second in command's getting cocky, daydreaming about being leader. Neza's desperate. He tries a cheap trick, planning to lap up the vomited soup. But when he sees the bubbling yellow slop, he gags and pukes again. The second in command lands another kick. Neza crashes into 3 boulders buried beneath them. The groundhog leader shoves the rocks aside, cackling, finally knocked out. Let's see you mess around now. It lifts the meteor hammer, ready to finish Neza off, but suddenly, Neza's eyes snap open. He's Owlbeing again. A fist slams straight into the leader's nostril. Turns out, when Neza blacked out, Owlbeing finally took control. The leader howls, clutching its nose. The second in command smirks, taunting, "Told you you're useless, watch me avenge you." It unleashes the unbeatable whirlwind fist. This time, Neza doesn't interfere. Owlbeing grabs its fist, spins into a 360-degree tornado, carving a ditch in the ground. The leader and second in command get stuck in the rocks, wedged tight. The other groundhogs scatter only to get snared by the heavenly demon-catching net. Even the heavenly deities are confused. Why's Neza suddenly changed looks and gotten handsomer? To answer that, we gotta go back centuries. Spiritual energy in the cosmos condensed into the primordial orb. The primordial lord split it in two, the spirit pearl and the demon pill. That demon pill's trouble, destined to wreak havoc on Earth. The lord cursed it with the celestial calamity curse, planning to strike it down with thunder in 3 years. In the meantime, the spirit pearl reincarnated as Owlbeing, the demon pill as Neza. No one saw it coming. They became blood brothers. They even weathered the thunderstorm together. Neza didn't just cheat death, he saved the people of Chentang Pass. Tragically, their bodies were shattered by the thunder. Only Master Taiyi's 7-colored precious lotus preserved their souls. Now, to rebuild their bodies, grind lotus roots into powder. Once the powder's ready, Neza and Owlbeing dive in, turning into wobbly jellies. Taiyi calls his flying pig. Little guy has a tiny carving knife behind its ear, chipping away until they're back to normal. But splat. Owlbeing collapses into a puddle. Taiyi drawls, "Bodies aren't set yet. Stop moving." Next, they're sealed in lotus flowers. Their bodies stabilize with yang fire and yin water. Just then, a soldier rides up, shouting, "Shen Gongbao's attacking Chentang Pass again." Lord Li and his wife rush to defend it. All soldiers gear up for battle. But surprise, Shen Gongbao's here alone. Shen Gongbao picks up a blue dragon claw, crushes it, and fuses it with the Thunder God Whip. He waves his arm. The whip shatters into countless shards, circles Chentang Pass. In the blink of an eye, volcanic magma erupts from cracks surrounding the pass. Countless sea demons, chained up, crawl out, glaring down from above. A war is about to break out. Turns out, the East Sea Dragon King thought his son, Io Bing, died in the thunderstorm, wanting revenge, but he had to guard the sea demons. The West Sea Dragon King hatched a plan. Let Shen Gongbao use the void-splitting claw to tear a rift, opening a path straight to the undersea dragon palace. The demons charge forward. Shen Gongbao roars orders, "Avenge Ao Bing! Leave no survivors!" A dozen magma-covered boulders hurtle toward the pass. When the dust clears, they've turned into stone crabs, scuttling up walls to bite. Demon turtles sneak in from the sea. An octopus wielding 6 weapons takes on dozens of soldiers, sending them flying left and right. Li Jing leaps into the fray, slicing off 3 of the octopus demon's tentacles in one swing. But it's useless. New tentacles sprout in the blink of an eye. Across the way, the shark demon wields a trident. Each strike leaves soldiers screaming. Lady Yin charges in with her blade, flipping onto a balustrade. The shark demon unleashes a mountain-splitting slash, only to get his trident stuck in the floor, stuck fast. Lady Yin seizes the chance, flying in with a kick. The house crashes down with a crash, burying the shark demon, but the gap in strength between humans and demons is too wide. The Li couple tells Shen Gongbao that Ao Bing is alive, that Master Tai Yi is rebuilding his body. Shen Gongbao scoffs, refusing to believe it. Suddenly, a barrier of light flickers ahead. Shen Gongbao zooms over, and there's Ao Bing, alive, beside a glowing red lotus. His eyes light up. He slams the Thunder God Whip against the barrier, trying to destroy the demon pill while he can. It does nothing, so he uses the void-splitting claw to tear a rift in time and space. 3 Dragon King surge out, coiling in the sky. Tai Yi gapes, thinking he's hallucinating. He slaps himself hard. The 3 kings unleash energy blasts, shattering the barrier in an instant. When the smoke clears, the barrier has frozen into a huge block of ice, which then cracks and shatters into pieces. Turns out, Ao Bing was shielding Neza the whole time. Ao Guang, the East Sea Dragon King, senses his son's presence. He instantly projects his spirit in human form and pulls Ao Bing into a hug, but Ao Bing apologizes. "Father, I failed the Dragon Clan's mission." Ao Guang had long hoped his son would claim the Spirit Pearl, slay the Demon Pill, and earn a great merit, enough to free the Dragon Palace from heavenly bondage. But now, none of that matters. Father and son cling to each other, tears flowing. By now, Neza's new body is complete, but Ao Bing, having used his strength earlier, is starting to disintegrate. The 7-colored precious lotus had only enough celestial energy to forge 2 bodies, and it's all used up. Ao Bing won't survive. His last wish? That his father spare Chentang pass. Neza refuses to let him vanish like this. He leaps onto Tai Yi's back, shouting, "Hurry up and save him." Tai Yi suggests a plan. Let Ao Bing temporarily possess his body, but 2 spirits sharing one vessel will clash. One of them will surely perish. Tai Yi brushes it off. "We just need to reach the Heavenly Palace's demon hunting tournament in 7 days. Win, and we get a vial of Nectar of Immortality. It'll recharge the Lotus's energy. We can rebuild his body then." Neza tells Ao Bing to possess him instead. The 2 merge into one, but until Ao Bing is fully revived, Ao Guang will keep Shen Gongbao besieging Chentang Pass. "If anything happens to my son," he growls, "this pass will bury him." Neza warns him, "Touch Chentang Pass, and I'll smash your dragon palace to rubble." Before they leave, the whole village turns out to see Neza off. Even the demon-slaying gang, who once bullied him, has renamed themselves the Neza Gang. Neza's overwhelmed. He'd been called a monster since birth, only accepted after saving the pass. Lady Yin hugs him tight, shoving a bag of snacks into his hands. Then, Neza and Tai Yi mount the flying pig, heading for the Heavenly Palace. Lady Yin runs after them, shouting, "Take care of yourself without us." By then, all the snacks in the bag have vanished into Tai Yi's stomach. "Beat 3 demon lords," he mumbles through a full mouth, "and you'll win the tournament." Neza shrugs. "Easy, fighting's my specialty," but he can't let his demonic aura show. He'd be thrown out of the palace. So Ao Bing has to control his body. The 2 hop off the pig midway, prepping for the switch. Neza tries letting Ao Bing take control, but he stumbles around like he's had too much liquor. Tai Yi explains, "Ao Bing's spirit needs to be stronger than yours, or he can't handle your body." Suddenly, Tai Yi slaps his forehead, pulling out a small bottle. "Drowsy pills, basically sleeping pills. Once you're asleep," he says, "Ao Bing can take over." Neza grabs the bottle and chugs. Tai Yi yells, "Only one," but it's too late. Next second, Ao Bing stands steady. His handsome face leaves Tai Yi starstruck. Now that's my disciple. Sharp, upright. To win the tournament, Tai spars with Ao Bing. After a flurry of clangs and thuds, Tai ends up black-eyed and bruised. They reach the Heavenly Palace, where they run into the demon-catching squad. Demons here are reformed through righteous teachings. The palace's head is the immortal Wu Liang, Tai's senior brother. Tai hurries to introduce Ao Bing. Pay respects to Master Uncle. Immortal Wu Liang spots Neza and his eyes widen. Truly a spirit pearl reincarnated, vigorous, full of virtue. No sooner does he finish than Ao Bing winks and grimaces. Neza jolts awake, yawning, and stumbles to the side, then starts to pull down his pants to pee. Tai lunges over, yanking his pants up in a panic. Immortal Wu Liang sends someone to show Neza the toilet. In his rush, Neza steps on his senior sister's skirt, nearly exposing her. Furious, she tells him to find the toilet himself while she changes. Neza panics. This palace is huge. How am I supposed to find the toilet? He wanders around, stumbling into a room full of water vats. Looks like a toilet, he thinks, and pees in one. Later, Immortal Wu Liang offers Neza and his master Kunlun nectar, claiming a sip grants 100 years of life. Neza takes one look and spits it out. It's from the vat he peed in. Tai has just taken a sip of the nectar when Neza blurts out, "There's my pee in that water." His senior sister, sitting across, gets sprayed right in the face by Tai's spit. Tai can't stay a second longer. Afraid Immortal Wu Liang might smell something fishy, he hurries to send Neza to the tournament. Wu Liang quickly dispatches his disciple Lutong to supervise. Then he takes a sip of the nectar himself, immediately frowning. This batch tastes unusually strong. Neza's first trial: defeat the Rat King at Fertile Soil Slope, but the groundhogs here don't recognize him at all. They're all too busy munching away. Furious, Neza swats a groundhog's food bowl out of its hands. The groundhog spots its bowl gone, lets out a roar, and calls for their king to avenge them. But Neza's built up a tolerance from all those sleeping pills. He keeps waking up mid-fight when Ao Bing tries to strike. Luckily, Neza finally gets knocked out by a stone, letting Ao Bing seal the win. On his way back, Neza's strutting, sitting on a cloud in the front row, waiting for the deity's praise. But then, he overhears someone mutter, "Hunched over, homely," with those two dark circles like a ghost. Neza flares up, shoves one hand in his pocket, yanks off a balustrade, and storms over to argue. Tai drags him away just in time to avoid a scene that could have turned into a heavenly palace uproar. A kid accused of being a spy is dragged before Shen Gongbao. The kid suddenly cries out, "Brother!" Shen Gongbao realizes it's his little brother, Shen Xiaobao. Xiaobao's come to find him. Once, his brother had said if he could turn into a human, he could become a deity, and Shen Gongbao was originally a deity in the Heavenly Palace. Before the brother can speak, Xiaobao notices the demon army surrounding Chentang Pass. "Why are you doing this, brother?" he asks. Shen Gongbao doesn't know how to explain. He doesn't want his brother to see him as a villain, but Li Jing steps in to cover for him. There have been demons causing trouble lately. Taoist Shen is just guarding the pass. Shen Gongbao never expected Li Jing to help. He hands Xiaobao a box of immortality pills, saying, "Once I finish guarding the pass, I'll take you to the Heavenly Palace to become a deity." Xiaobao looks a little sad, but doesn't want to trouble his brother. "I'm still not used to being human," he says. "I'll head home to practice more." And with that, he leaves Chentang Pass. Neza's onto the second trial. At Flying Waterfall, a group of demons stand on bamboo poles, trained by an old leopard demon. He's their target. Neza chugs a sleeping pill, instantly shifting into Ao Bing. He flicks out Neza's short legs, unleashing a sweeping strike. The leopard demon whips out a lash, but Ao Bing uses the bamboo's bounce to yank it away, then lands a skyward kick. They clash mid-air. Ao Bing spins, his hands surging with power, slamming the leopard demon into the water. Standing coolly on a bamboo pole, he says, "You're no match for me." The leopard demon pokes his head out. He'd underestimated Ao Bing. He then commands the lake, sending a rain of waterfalls shooting up and charges like lightning. But Ao Bing reacts faster, darting behind him to land a gravity kick. The leopard demon teleports away, kicking Ao Bing flying. Stuck, Ao Bing resorts to Neza's sneaky tricks, clinging to the leopard demon's neck. Let's see how he teleports now. The leopard demon can't shake Ao Bing, so he dives into the water with him. His eyes glow, his body crackling with electricity. He vanishes from Ao Bing's grip, reappearing nearby to punch him away. That's when Ao Bing figures it out. The leopard demon turns his body into electric current, zapping anywhere instantly, and water conducts electricity, making him invincible here. Ao Bing freezes the lake solid. Ice doesn't conduct electricity. No more current tricks. but the leopard demon traces symbols on his palm, chanting a spell. A bolt of lightning shoots skyward, darkening the clouds. Shen Xiaobao sees this, shouting, "Father?" Turns out, the old leopard demon is his and Shen Gongbao's dad. A raindrop hits Taiyi's face. With water back, the leopard demon can teleport again. Ao Bing can't keep up. He's dragged by the neck across icebergs, then hauled skyward. The leopard demon channels thunder and lightning, turning his hand into a sword ready to strike. At the last second, Ao Bing uses his freezing technique. The leopard demon can't stop his swing in time. He cuts off his own arm. Supervisor Lu Tong rushes to capture them. The demons circle the leopard demon, swearing to never surrender. But when he sees the deities approaching, he tells his disciples, "Once we're in the heavenly palace, we'll be taught righteousness." It's a good thing. So the demons drop their weapons, letting the heavenly deities bind them. But just then, Shen Xiaobao arrives. Seeing his father captured, he charges to rescue him. Spotting the severed arm in Ao Bing's hand, Xiaobao snaps. He lunges to kill Ao Bing. Lu Tong fires a golden arrow. Unexpectedly, the leopard demon dives in front, taking the arrow for his son. Lu Tong fires another. The leopard demon slams the ground, turning into lightning with his son to flee. Lu Tong chases, sprouting 1,000 hands to shoot 1,000 golden light arrows. Wherever the arrows hit, the sky and earth crack. The leopard demon, badly wounded, tells his son, "Run!" Then he collapses. Lu Tong draws his bow again, but Ao Bing blocks his attack. Shen Xiaobao was just desperate to save his father. He says, "No need to finish them off." Lu Tong can't beat Neza, so he backs down. Later, Xiaobao finds his brother, gasping, "Neza, he's attacking our home. He cut off father's arm." Then Xiaobao stops breathing. Shen Gongbao's eyes fill with angry tears. "I swear, I'll avenge my family." Just then, two barrier beasts rush to the heavenly palace, yelling to Neza and Taiyi, "Trouble in Chentang Pass." They rush back to find the pass in ruins, charred bodies everywhere. Neza's heart sinks. He sprints, shouting for his parents. Suddenly, he spots his mother's helmet. He can't believe it. His parents are gone. He drops to his knees, sobbing uncontrollably. Taiyi is stunned. Who did this? Could it be Shen Gongbao avenging his family by massacring Chentang Pass? Immortal Wuliang arrives with news. Lu Tong spots dragon claw marks, declaring, "The dragons are behind this." Neza, boiling with rage, turns the pig into his windfire wheels and bolts from Chentang Pass. Ao Bing hurries to stop him. "Calm down first." But Neza bites his lower lip until it bleeds. Too furious to think straight, Ao Bing refuses to believe his father could do this. "Take me to him," he pleads. "I need answers." Neza yanks his hand away. "Answers won't bring my parents back." He heads to Skull Mountain. He needs one last tournament win to get the nectar, rebuild Ao Bing's body, and repay the debt. After that, they're no longer friends. Skull Mountain is home to Lady Shiji, who spends her days asking her bronze mirror who's the most beautiful woman for 10 miles around. Suddenly, boom, Neza crashes down. He spots his target, punching it through Shiji's body. But in an instant, she transforms into a stone monster rising from the ground. The entire mountain is her body. Lady Shiji swings a massive hand, slamming Neza into the dirt. But before she can gloat, Neza unleashes a massive surge of energy, glowing a blinding red. The power rips at his body. His skin starts to crack. "Stop!" Ao Bing warns. "Your lotus body will shatter." But Neza snaps, "Stay out of this." A flaming lotus erupts from below, engulfing Lady Shiji. By the time Taiyi and Lu Tong arrive, Skull Mountain has become a volcano. Shiji isn't destroyed, only shrunk to the size of a finger, scurrying to escape. Taiyi traps her in his 9-flame divine shield. Letting her get away would cost Neza the nectar of immortality. Lu Tong frowns. Neza is supposed to be ice-aligned. Why is he using fire? Taiyi's eyes light up. He shakes the shield roughly, yelling at Shiji, "Did you start the fire?" Shiji, half-dazed, blurts, "Yes, it was me." With 3 wins, Neza earns the Immortal Ascension mantra from Immortal Wuliang, who gives him an Immortal Jade token. He's officially a deity now. Wuliang leads him to the treasure vault, where Neza finally gets the nectar of immortality. He hands it to Taiyi to rebuild Ao Bing's body, then heads to avenge his parents. "Don't be reckless," Ao Bing begs. Neza snaps, "Next time we meet, we're enemies." Wuliang offers help, gathering 100,000 heavenly soldiers to surround the Dragon Palace. He takes out the heavenly origin cauldron, used to refine immortality pills, and chants, "Encompass heaven and earth, boundless magic, Heavenly Origin emerges, standing above all. The cauldron splits, and Wu Liang perches on top as it plunges into the palace. Ao Guang sees this, ordering all demons to gather on the demon-suppressing stone, channeling their power to break free. He transforms a giant ice blade aiming for Wu Liang. Wu Liang's disciples leap in, blocking the blow. Ao Guang smashes through, charging Wu Liang until Neza arrives, clashing with him. Neither notices the cauldron clamping shut, trapping all sea demons inside. Ao Guang summons a water dragon pillar. Neza counters with his universal ring. But here, surrounded by water, Ao Guang holds the advantage. Neza's flames will die out, but Neza doesn't care. "I warned you," he snarls. "Touch Chentang Pass and I'll smash your palace." His cosmic ribbon twists, erupting with super flames. Ao Guang is slammed into the Heavenly Origin cauldron. Wu Liang tells Neza, "I'll make them pay. I'll refine these beasts." Revenge is done, but Neza feels empty. He just wants his parents back. In a haze, he sees them reaching for him, and then they're really there, running to him. They're alive! Ao Bing arrives breathless. "It wasn't my father." The real culprit is immortal Wu Liang. Turns out, when Shen Gongbao tried to avenge his family, an evil dragon appeared, intent on destroying Chentang Pass. But Ao Guang's siblings, 3 dragon kings, ganged up, forcing it to revert to its true form, a dragon made from Wu Liang's staff. Shen Gongbao confronts immortal Wu Liang. "Why hurt my family?" He'd long noticed his brother's arrow wound was from a heavenly soldier, and only Wu Liang knew his family's secrets. Without Wu Liang's orders, why would Neza and the demon-catching squad target his father? Wu Liang's plan had failed until the 3 Dragon Kings betrayed their kin, striking a deal. They'd help him raise Chentang Pass. In return, he'd set them free. Chentang Pass became hell on earth. Unwilling to let Wu Liang triumph, Shen Gongbao had a sea yaksha petrify Li Jing and Lady Li with its saliva, saving their lives. But his own family was dead. He had nothing left to lose. He lunges forward, wielding the Thunder God Whip to slay demons left and right. For once, the weapon served justice. Then he soars into the sky, a tiny figure against the thousands of demon soldiers. In that moment, all prejudice vanished. Shen Gongbao was never evil. After all, as Ao Bing's master, he'd raised him to be kind. Li Jing tears away the heavenly palace's pretense. The demons they captured, they're not reformed. Wu Liang's melting them into immortality pills to boost the palace's power. But the 100,000 heavenly soldiers don't flinch. They've all eaten those pills. Neza realizes he'd wronged the dragons. Meanwhile, Wu Liang is refining pills, guarded by his 2 disciples. Neza and Ao Bing decide to take out these watchdogs first. Lu Tong, outmatched by Neza, uses the void-splitting claw to tear a rift, releasing the 3 traitorous Dragon Kings. Ao Guang stares in shock. They're Ao Bing's aunts and uncles, yet they attack a child. The purple dragon specializes in whirlwind slashes. Ao Bing freezes its weapon. Neza moves to strike, but the dragon nimbly hooks Neza's fire-tipped spear with its leg, turning it on Ao Bing. A red dragon charges Neza, who now fights only with his wind fire wheels. Ao Bing tries to reclaim Neza's weapon, freezing again. The purple dragon spins free, but its weapon snaps. Neza fights on, weaponless, but his skin cracks anew, smoking. "Don't overexert yourself," Ao Bing urges. Neza grunts. "I messed up. I'll save the dragons even if it kills me." The purple and red dragons fall. Ao run. Ao Bing's aunt joins the fray, her tail coiling into a lotus. She seizes their weapons mid-strike, spinning into a whirlwind. They charge again. She rips 2 rifts with the void-splitting claw, releasing more dragons to ambush. Tai rushes to help, but Wu Liang's disciples block him. Li Jing and Lady Li are trapped too. Ao Bing fends off attacks with ice, but he's struggling. They'll lose at this rate. The 2 hatch a plan. Neza's fire and Ao Bing's ice collide, exploding into a white mist. Through it, the red dragon spots Neza's cosmic ribbon, swinging an axe, only to hit the purple dragon. It's a trick of the mist. In that time, Wu Liang has infused the Heavenly Origin cauldron with Samadhi fire, starting to melt the demons. Inside, the octopus demon's tentacles roast, filling the air with the smell of meat, making the soldiers' stomachs growl. Neza and Ao Bing charge Wu Liang. The old man flicks a finger, and their bodies feel pierced by 1,000 needles. Trapped. "That's the heart-piercing curse," Tai gasps. Wu Liang had snuck it into Neza during the Immortal Ascension mantra. Since Ao Bing had merged with Neza, both were cursed. Wu Liang turns his staff into vines, binding Tai and the Lis. "Don't struggle," he warns Neza. "You'll be torn to pieces." He He shoves everyone into the cauldron, planning to melt them all. Ao Guang, overjoyed to see his son alive, rushes to hug him, only to be skewered by the curse. He draws a blade, turning on the Lees. Neza was tricked, Ao Bing pleads. This isn't his fault. Next second, Ao Guang cuts the Lee's ropes. Ao Guang twists a mechanism on the demon-suppressing stone, unshackling the demons. He'd once believed the heavenly palace would grant the dragons glory, acting as their jailers. But now, with heaven's injustice, he'd no longer aid tyranny. Not all demons were evil. The octopus demon, for one, shared its tentacles with the shark demon. Suddenly, a nearby demon dissolves into a pill. The others scream. They'll all be melted if they stay. Use all your power to shield yourselves, Ao Guang roars. Hold on as long as you can. He hopes to outlast the curse, but it would take 6 hours. By then, they'd all be pills. The demons might survive, but the human Lees are fading. Save yourself, Lady Li tells Neza. He shakes his head. This fire doesn't hurt me. Ao Guang realizes. Neza's flames match the Samadhi fire. The cauldron couldn't melt him. Wu Liang, anticipating this, projects his spirit, offering a soul-destroying pill. Swallow it, and I'll spare the Lees. Neza would do anything to save his parents. As Neza reaches for the pill, Lady Li snatches it, flinging it into the magma. It dissolves instantly, using a child's love for his parents to make him die. What kind of deity are you? She screams. You're not even human. Weakened, she collapses. Li Jing holds her, telling Neza, leave us. Survive, your parents aren't cowards. Don't be one, Wu Liang snarls. Think I can't hurt Neza? After you're dead, I'll make him suffer 100 ways. After Wu Liang leaves, tears fill Neza's eyes. If you died for us, Li Jing says, do you think we could live with that? Lady Li stirs, hugging Neza tightly. Don't, you'll hurt yourself, he begs. She squeezes harder. It's okay. One last hug, my love. Neza breaks down sobbing as she whispers, I can't watch you grow up. Walk your own path now. Learn to protect yourself. Neza remembers his birth. Everyone called him a demon, even Tai wanted to destroy him. Only his mother had rushed to cradle him, never letting go, even when he bit her. He'd always been strong, breaking her bones while kicking shuttlecock, but she'd played daily to make him happy. When he went to the tournament, the village hoped he'd bring glory. Only his mother wanted him safe and fed. I'm just a demon pill, he cries. I've only made you suffer. I'm useless. Lady Li's body fades. Neza wails, powerless, repeating, I'm sorry. Even then, she smiles. Every day with you was a joy. I never cared if you were deity or demon. You're my son, and I'll always love. The last word dies as she turns into a pill. Silence falls. Neza shakes with rage. Flames swell within him, tearing his skin. Fire blazes in his eyes, his hair spiking upward. He shatters the heart-piercing curse, his body ripping apart, then reforming. Samadhi fire, mending the gaps, forging him into the demon pill's true form. He reclaims his universal ring, handing his mother's pill to Li Jing. Taking Ao Bing's hand, he shatters his curse too. Help me break the cauldron! Together, demon pill and spirit pearl become the complete primordial orb. They absorb the cauldron's power, lifting its lid. Wu Liang casts deep roots magic. Vines cover the lid, growing into a giant tree. The 100,000 soldiers swarm it, channeling a mountain-crushing force to pin the lid down. Neza and Ao Bing are seconds from being crushed. Ao Guang channels all demons' power into the demon-suppressing stone. If they want our lives, we'll fight for them. Many demons melt into pills, but their courage only grows. The heavenly origin cauldron explodes. The demon-suppressing stone bursts through. Wu Liang, seeing his cauldron in pieces, flies into a rage. Muscles bulging, he transforms into a hulking brute. Tree branches fuse to his body. He links his power to every soldier. The two forces collide like a mile-high tidal wave, blotting out the sun, plunging the world into darkness. Wu Liang's jaws swallow Neza and Ao Bing, binding them with vines. He tries to crush them, but they merge, unleashing primordial orb power to break free. Ao Bing shifts into a dragon. Neza sprouts 6 arms, riding his back. They attack relentlessly, punching 100 times a second. Terrified, Wu Liang offers a jade token. Spare me, and I'll make you deities. Neza smashes the token. Ao Bing bites through the vines. Fools, Wu Liang snarls. The world belongs to deities. I'll make you outlaws. Neza and Ao Bing roar, "If there's no path, we'll carve one. If heaven and earth reject us, we'll rewrite fate." Wu Liang is hurled into the demon-suppressing stone, revealing it's the Rui Jingwu Bang, Sun Wukong's magical staff, his future weapon, and the dragon's ocean-suppressing needle. As Neza strikes again, cracks spread. Ao Run keeps her promise, saving Wu Liang. The war ends. The needle sinks to the seafloor. Neza's identity is exposed. Wu Liang lives, sure to return. "Hide in the Dragon Palace with me," Ao Bing urges. Neza smiles. "I want to fight for fairness in this world." Ao Guang leads his son underwater, but Ao Bing is glum. "I always forced my hopes on you," Ao Guang says. "You gotta walk your own path." Ao Bing hugs him. Their rift heals. As Neza leaves, he hears footsteps, grinning. "Knew you'd come back." "Why?" Ao Bing asks. "Because we're young enough to be reckless," Neza says. "No matter what's ahead, we'll charge in." Meanwhile, Wu Liang plots a comeback, taking his disciples to a dungeon, locked by facial recognition. Bruised from the fight, the door doesn't recognize him. "Redraw it," he snarls at the guard, who chuckles. "Never seen you this beat up." Enraged, Wu Liang hurls a sleeping curse. "Sleep 10 years. A reward? A punishment?" Inside the dungeon, Shen Gongbao still alive. Wu Liang plans to use Shen Gongbao to turn the tide in the upcoming Fengshen Great War, the legendary battle of deities. He's also captured Shen's father, barely alive. "Work with me," Wu Liang threatens, "and I'll let your father live like a deity in heaven." He gives him time to decide. Leaving, Wu Liang's face, healed by medicine, fails the lock again. His disciples pummel him, but the swelling is lopsided. "Hit me again," he growls. They overdo it. "Don't worry, master," they say, applying ointment. "We'll try again later." This film is Neza 2, Chaos in the Sea. If you liked it, like and subscribe. See you next time. Subscribe. See you next time. Subscribe. See you next time. Subscribe. See you next time.